Pipeline is an engineering problem. Most companies treat pipeline generation as a sales activity problem. But what if the problem isn't effort? What if the system producing the pipeline, think about everything that influences pipeline. Which accounts are selected, which signals trigger outreach. One team may have intelligent prioritization, while another operates with fragmented data. It's operating with a better system. Predictable pipeline isn't simply about hiring. It's about building a revenue engine, where signals inform priorities and actions create outcomes.
Let's say your company has a pipeline problem. What happens next? Usually, leadership asks sales to do more calls, more emails, more meetings, more prospecting, more activity. And sometimes that works. But here's the problem. If the underlying system producing pipeline is broken, increasing activity can simply produce more inefficient activity. You can send twice as many emails and still target the wrong accounts. You can hire more SDRs and still give them poor data. You can buy more intent data and still fail to act on it. So perhaps we should ask a different question. What if pipeline isn't primarily a sales problem? What if pipeline is an engineering problem? Today we're going to break down what that means. Section 1. Why companies treat pipeline as an activity metric. For decades, sales organizations have measured activity, calls, emails, meetings, opportunities, pipeline created. These metrics are useful, but activity is an input. It isn't the same thing as a functioning pipeline system. Imagine telling a manufacturing company that production is declining and the answer is simply to ask workers to move faster. That might temporarily increase output. But if the raw materials are poor, the machinery is inefficient, or the production process has bottlenecks, working harder won't solve the underlying problem. Revenue works the same way. Salespeople operate inside a system. The quality of that system influences the quality of the output. Section 2. Pipeline is the result of multiple systems. Pipeline doesn't appear from nowhere. It is produced by a sequence of decisions. First, the organization decides which markets to pursue. Then it identifies accounts. Then it determines which people matter. Then it looks for relevant signals. Then it decides when to engage. Then sales executes the outreach. Then prospects respond or don't. Then the organization learns from those outcomes. Every stage affects the next. If account selection is poor, pipeline quality suffers. If data is outdated, outreach becomes less relevant. If signals are ignored, timing suffers. If workflows are slow, opportunities can disappear. If feedback isn't captured, the organization keeps repeating the same mistakes. Pipeline is therefore not one activity. It's the output of an interconnected system. From predicting pipeline to engineering, 1530 to 1730, traditional revenue organizations often ask, how much pipeline do we have? More mature organizations ask, why do we have this pipeline? And even more advanced organizations ask, what conditions consistently create high-quality pipeline? That final question changes the entire operating model. Instead of treating pipeline as something salespeople must constantly chase, the organization begins studying the mechanisms that create it. Which markets respond, which signals matter, which messages work, which stakeholders engage, which workflows convert, which opportunities become successful customers. Once those relationships become visible, pipeline becomes increasingly measurable and improvable. To conclusion, 1730 to 1830. Predictable pipeline isn't created by asking people to work harder forever. It comes from building systems that help people work intelligently. The organizations that will build more predictable revenue will increasingly think like engineers. They'll measure, experiment, automate, connect systems, improve inputs, create feedback loops, and continuously refine how pipeline is generated. The goal isn't to eliminate human selling, it's to build an environment where human judgment has more leverage, because the future of revenue isn't about chasing pipeline, it's about engineering the conditions that create it.